The 2016 NBA Finals will forever be etched in basketball lore as one of the greatest showdowns the sport has ever seen. In one corner, you had the Cleveland Cavaliers, led by the king himself, LeBron James, and in the other, the Golden State Warriors, coming off a historic 73-9 regular season record, led by the dynamic duo of Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. Few could have predicted what would transpire over the next 7 games. For LeBron James, the 2016 Finals represented more than just a battle for an NBA championship. It was an opportunity to solidify his place in NBA history, to silence critics who had questioned his ability to win when it mattered most, and to fulfill a promise he made to his home state of Ohio. After a painful loss in 2015 and a historic 3-1 deficit in 2016, LeBron faced pressure to finally bring a title to Cleveland, a city that had waited over 50 years for an NBA championship. The Warriors, on the other hand, were in search of redemption and immortality, having set an NBA record with 73 wins in the regular season. They were poised to cap off one of the most dominant seasons in NBA history with a championship. But the series would not go as expected. What unfolded was a back-and-forth, grueling contest where the greatest individual performance in NBA Finals history by LeBron James helped rewrite the storylines. The 2016 Finals weren't just about the teams. They were about one player, LeBron James, who not only played at an extraordinary level, but also carried an entire franchise on his back. What followed in Game 7 especially would become a defining moment in LeBron's career. He didn't just lead his team to victory, he performed heroics that would forever change the landscape of the NBA. Game 1, the shock of a blowout. The 2016 Finals began in the Oracle Arena, home to the Golden State Warriors, and Game 1 served as an immediate statement by the Warriors. Despite the massive hype surrounding LeBron James and the Cavaliers, it was Golden State that dominated from the opening tip. The Warriors had been a juggernaut all season, and their fast-paced three-point heavy offense was in full gear. LeBron James, despite his impressive individual performance of 23 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists, couldn't stem the tide. The Cavaliers were simply outclassed, with Golden State defeating Cleveland by a whopping 15 points, 104-89. The Warriors' defense stifled the Cavaliers, and their offense seemed unstoppable. It wasn't just LeBron's Cavaliers who were overwhelmed. The Warriors seemed to expose Cleveland's vulnerabilities in every aspect of the game. The turning point for the Cavaliers came in Game 2, when Draymond Green, the Warriors' defensive anchor, was suspended after a flagrant foul against LeBron in the previous game. His absence would have a massive impact on the Warriors in the following games, but more importantly, it allowed LeBron to set the tone for what was to come in the series. The loss in Game 1 was deflating, but LeBron's focus and leadership never wavered. As the series continued, it became clear that he was playing with a single-minded intensity and purpose. He had more than just a championship to win. He was determined to deliver on his promise to Cleveland, and the next few games would set the stage for an unforgettable comeback. Game 2, the series shifts. In Game 2, the Cavaliers faced another uphill battle. Draymond Green's suspension had granted the Cavaliers hope, but Golden State was too strong. The Warriors came back with a vengeance, bolstered by the return of key players like Curry and Klay Thompson, who went on to have a brilliant shooting night. Despite LeBron's remarkable 29-point, 14-rebound performance, the Cavaliers couldn't keep up with the Warriors' offensive firepower. Golden State came away with a 110-77 win, putting the Cavaliers in a 2-0 hole. The Cleveland crowd was anxious, but LeBron's resolve remained unshaken. Despite the difficult odds, the Cavaliers were not ready to give up. LeBron's leadership in the face of adversity would become even more apparent as the finals progressed. LeBron's determination was becoming more evident. In every interview, he reminded the media that he had confidence in his team and that his focus remained solely on bringing home the championship. However, it was clear. For Cleveland to win, they needed more than just LeBron. They needed contributions from others. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and others had to step up for the Cavaliers to have a chance. Game 3. Cavaliers' first victory in the finals. With the Cavaliers down 2-0, Game 3 was a must-win. Cleveland returned to the comfort of their home court in Quicken Loans Arena, and the stakes had never been higher. LeBron, as always, set the tone. He was everywhere, on offense, defense, and in transition. His game was nothing short of spectacular, and his leadership was evident as the Cavaliers played with a sense of urgency that had been missing in the first 2 games. LeBron James scored 32 points, grabbed 11 rebounds, and dished out 6 assists, showcasing his all-around dominance. But it wasn't just his scoring. LeBron's defense was also at an elite level. He disrupted Golden State's plays and made key stops down the stretch, including a crucial block on Warriors guard Stephen Curry. But LeBron wasn't alone. Kyrie Irving, too, played like a star, finishing with 30 points and hitting key shots throughout the game. The Cavaliers' offense was clicking, and the Warriors, without Green's presence, seemed unable to slow them down. Cleveland won Game 3 120-90, keeping the series alive. The Cavaliers knew that they were still facing an uphill battle, but the win gave them the confidence to believe they could compete with the Warriors. With the series now 2-1, LeBron's greatness was on full display, and it seemed like the momentum was beginning to shift. Game 4, the Warriors' response. Golden State was not about to let the series slip away so easily. In Game 4, the Warriors returned to their dominant form. With Draymond Green back in the lineup, Golden State's defense tightened, and their shooting was on point. Curry found his rhythm again, and the Warriors' offense became too much for the Cavaliers to handle. LeBron James fought hard, finishing with 25 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists, but the Warriors were simply too much. Cleveland lost Game 4, 108-97, evening the series at 2-2. Despite the defeat, LeBron was not discouraged. He knew that the series was still in play, and the Cavaliers had fought hard in every game. The rivalry between LeBron and the Warriors was now on full display, and with every game the stakes grew higher. LeBron knew that the next game could very well define the series. His leadership was at its peak, but his teammates, especially Kyrie Irving, would have to elevate their play if the Cavaliers were to stand a chance at winning the finals. Game 5. LeBron takes over. The Cleveland Cavaliers now had their backs against the wall, trailing 3-2 in the series. Game 5 was do or die. LeBron James, as he always has, took on the challenge head-on. He played an absolutely dominant game, scoring 41 points, grabbing 16 rebounds, and dishing out 7 assists. His performance in Game 5 was a masterclass in basketball, a perfect balance of scoring, playmaking, and leadership. LeBron's energy was contagious. He was involved in every aspect of the game, from hitting crucial baskets to locking down on defense. He was everywhere, leading fast breaks, hitting clutch shots, and even getting physical when necessary. The Cavaliers won Game 5 112-97, and LeBron's performance was nothing short of legendary. With the win, the Cavaliers had tied the series at 3-3. The Warriors had been unable to stop LeBron's relentless assault, and the Cavaliers now had the momentum heading into Game 7. LeBron's performance was one for the history books, and the pressure was now on Golden State to reclaim the lead in Game 7. Game 6, LeBron's leadership in Game 6. Win. In Game 6, the Cavaliers were again pushed to the brink. Golden State's potent offense, led by Curry and Thompson, fought hard to finish off the series, but LeBron James was not having it. In what would be an emotional, hard-fought battle, LeBron's near triple-double performance, 41 points, 8 rebounds, and 11 assists, and his leadership kept the Cavaliers in the game. His performance was a microcosm of his entire finals effort, unrelenting, focused, and dominant. Cleveland won 115-101, forcing a Game 7. It was now clear LeBron James had willed his team to this point. The stakes had never been higher, and everyone knew that Game 7 would be the moment that defined LeBron's legacy. Game 7, the historic comeback. Game 7 was everything it was promised to be: emotional, high stakes, and absolutely unforgettable. The Cavaliers and Warriors gave their all, with LeBron James putting on another historic performance. His block on Andre Iguodala, with under 2 minutes to go, was the defining moment of the series. The Cavaliers were leading by just 1 point, but LeBron's chase-down rejection kept Golden State from taking the lead. With 53 seconds left, Kyrie Irving hit a clutch three-pointer over Stephen Curry, giving the Cavaliers a lead they would never relinquish. LeBron finished with 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists, but it was his defense, leadership, and clutch moments in Game 7 that sealed the victory. The Cleveland Cavaliers won 93-89, giving the franchise its first-ever NBA championship.